may think you know lions, majestic animals that roam the savannah, raising their prides in the shade of acacia trees. As a big cat biologist, I thought I knew them too. But these prides are unlike any I've seen before.
Unbelievable.
In the heart of Uganda, lions spend much of their lives in the trees. And we don't really understand why they do it.
Oh, this is fun.
I'm Alexander Braczkowski, and for the next 3 months, I'll embed with the tree climbing lions to find out how many of these strange beasts even exist. Until we know, we can't begin to save them.
Just got it?
But there isn't much time. The wild throws every challenge to mothers bringing cubs through their first year of life.
She's missing a cub.
And as Africa's human population doubles in the next 30 years, new threats are closing in. I'll be witness to it all.
It's amazing.
Living with the tree lions of Uganda.
So we're currently in Kampala. It's one of the largest and most populated cities in the whole of East Africa. There's more than 1 million people that live here. But about 7 hours that way is the Queen Elizabeth National Park, a place that could be one of the most important sites for lion conservation in the whole of East Africa.
I've been studying big cats all over Africa for 10 years. But when I set out on this journey, I had no idea how personal things would get. And that my time here as a scientist would become about more than just figuring out how many there are.
I'm pretty excited about seeing my first lions in trees. Just the idea of seeing a cat that weighs 400 pounds up in the middle of this large fig tree, 20, 30 feet in the air is pretty nuts.
We all know cats climb trees, and leopards are masters at it. But lions? They can be 5 times heavier, and that usually keeps them grounded. But here, lions are doing things that they just don't do in most other parts of Africa.
I'm on my way down south to the fig tree forest of Ishasha to meet a guy by the name of Mustafa Nsabuga. He's been working on lions with the Wildlife Conservation Society here for the last 12 years, collaring lions, trying to count them, and following known prides.
Ishasha is in the south of Queen Elizabeth National Park, on the southwestern side of Uganda. It borders the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Virunga National Park. This stretch of wilderness could potentially be one of the best areas for lion recovery in East Africa.
So, are you Mustafa? Are you the lion man? How's it, man?
I'm called Nsubuga Mustafa. I was born and raised in Queen Elizabeth National Park, one of the fishing villages.
Any lions today or not yet, eh?
Not yet, we are still looking. We've been working on lions in Ishasha for the last 12 years.
He knows all the different prides, and he's got some really good secret tips on where to find them, which roads, and even which trees. All right, Mustafa, so what do you reckon in terms of the main areas where we can look for lions? I mean, it looks like this Ishasha area and then this northern Kaseni area. What's your advice on this? Where are the cats hiding out?
So in terms of prey populations in the north, this area is very, very good.
We decide to break up our lion count in the park to the Ishasha area in the south and the Kaseni area in the north. Bordered by water and full of prey, these are prime lion territories.
So definitely here there are some lions.
There must be lions there. As the human population expands on the edge and even within the park, it's important to have a baseline to see how lions are affected.
The last count of lions in Queen Elizabeth was made a decade ago, and the estimate was 144 lions. We need to know how many lions are alive here today to see if the population is growing or getting smaller, and to help us make a plan to protect them. Mustafa's got a favorite lion in the south called Jacob. He's a young male that's about 3.5 years of age, and he likes him because, you know, he's this kind of embodiment of youth and the next thing. Mustafa knows Jacob well and where he likes to hang out, so it makes sense to start my search with him. So it's our second day and we've finally gotten a little bit of good news. One of the tourist vehicles has just spotted the lions near the Congolese border.
And the cats have been seen up in a fig tree just to the right of the road.
So we finally found Jacob, and he is about 40 meters in front of us inside a massive sycamore fig tree. Now the cool thing about this tree is that although it usually has low-lying branches with big leaves, this one is very elevated, so he's actually exposed. That gives us the chance to get this little drone up as close to him as possible. And the reason I want to do that is because one, I want to get some really awesome pictures and video of him, and two, maybe get something that we've never seen before in terms of behavior.
Hi, my brother. What a gorgeous boy. Eh?
So Jacob's at this really interesting time of his life. He's probably about 2.5 years of age. You can start to see the tiny little bit of mohawk hair that he's got there. It's that little baby mane. And it's the sign that he's starting to really sort of get to a point where he's going to leave his pride.
It's a very tough part of a big cat's life. And it shows, whether they can actually make it or not. Because they have to get bigger, they have to get stronger, they have to take on other males. Right now, he's a fascinating individual.
No, so he's super relaxed with this thing. It's amazing. We're just 4 meters away from him, and we're filming him and we're getting stills. This is super exciting.
With a close-up photo of Jacob, I have my first lion ID for the count. And the cool thing about lions, you find one, and it often leads to more.
God, she's gorgeous. She just came straight at me.
Jacob has 2 sisters, Jessica and Natarinda. It's amazing to see these lions together in a pride, just as they'd be in any African savanna, but with quite a twist. Clearly, these cats aren't afraid of heights. Fig trees in the south can reach over 40 feet tall, and these lions often climb more than 2 stories up. Unusual behavior for an animal weighing hundreds of pounds.
The culture of tree climbing is rare. And what I mean by culture is that the whole community of lions, every lion that we see in Queen Elizabeth, climbs. There are other places in Africa where you see the occasional lion up a tree, but that lion's going up a tree maybe once a month, once a week. He's not doing it every single day. Someone somewhere learned how to do it, and now they're all doing it.
The reason they climb is still a mystery. There are theories that it's cooler up there, they're escaping flies, that they have a better vantage point for hunting, but none of those have been proven. And I'm hoping that in my time with the lions here, that I can get to the bottom of this amazing behavior. Right now, there's a pride up north with 8 cubs, and I want to find out just how early they learn to climb. The best way to find the pride is to coordinate with Jimmy Kasembo,
Hey, Jimmy!
a park ranger who tracks the northern lions.
How you doing, man? Mustafa's more structured around looking for lions in the south, and Jimmy's all about looking for lions in the north. You saw some lions?
Yeah, we saw some lions today.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I can take you where they are.
Yeah, great, man. Let's go. Let's have a look.
That's okay.
Prides often break into smaller groups to hunt or rest, which can make them harder to spot. But if there are lions in the area, Jimmy will find them.
So we've got Mom literally 4 meters away from me, along with 2 teeny weeny, maybe 1.5-month-old cubs. And today is one of the first days that they've been climbing the tree. They're really new at this.
We've found 2 tiny members of the Northern Pride.
He's saying to Mom, how do I do this? This was not part of the plan.
Yeah.
They're getting one of their first climbing lessons from their mother, Murungi.
She's balancing now. She's on top of him. Oh man, he just fell out of the tree. He bailed out of the tree. Oh man. Oh. Man, this guy's going. Oh!
The newest members of the Northern Pride are Murungi's 2 cubs. At only 6 weeks old, they're sheltered from the outside world. These are the days when all they have to do is play.
We're just hanging out with these 2 at the moment, and it's just amazing. They're just playing in front of our vehicle, maybe 30 meters ahead. And they're just having an absolute ball.
Like all new cubs, their mother will keep them in hiding for the first 2 months to grow stronger before meeting the rest of the pride.
She just trusts us completely. Unbelievable. Wow, they are suckling. They're like little warriors, eh?
At this age, Murungi's cubs are completely dependent on their mother and her milk. But soon they'll be big enough to join the pride and meet their older cousins. Murungi has 2 sisters, Bridget and Kageri. Bridget is radio-collared and has 2 cubs. Kageri has 4. Females in a family often give birth around the same time, so they can raise their cubs together, sharing responsibilities. Kageri's cubs are the oldest in the pride, and they already seem at home in the treetops.
These guys are probably about 4 or 5 months old. Right in the kind of heart of this mess of a tree. What a lot of people don't know is that this candelabra tree is one of the most poisonous euphorbias in the world. If you get any of that milky latex on your body, it causes an intense itching. If you get in your eyes, you can go blind.
But lions don't seem to be affected by the poison, and if they are, it certainly doesn't stop them.
It's super weird, it's super crazy, but the lions have got no choice. These are basically the only trees that are in the north. It's like they feel safe up there. They feel that that's their version of land. That's like where they are happiest.
The 4 oldest cubs are strong climbers, and they're at the age where they need meat with their milk.
So Kageri, Murungi, Bridget, they're hunting almost every day.
When night comes, the lazy hours are over, and the females come down from the trees to hunt.
And now we're gonna have our work cut out for us, because now we got to choose a lion, just stick with them until they move, and then it's gonna be probably an all-nighter. Because once these cats move, they move, and they don't stop moving.
Kageri's 4 cubs are growing fast, and it's been several days since she's made a kill. She's a mother on a mission. She's got to find some food, and soon.
Now when this starts, yeah, there's mom. There's mom. And you can see how fast these things run. Look. And we've got to try and keep up with this. This is a mess. This is how you lose lions. If you do not keep up, you're screwed. I'm going to try to see how long we can keep up with them.
Following lions at night is even more difficult. Kageri's eyes are no better than mine in the daytime, but she has highly developed night vision, giving her a serious edge in the darkness. But this time, it's Kageri's finely tuned ears and powerful nose that lead her to something hiding underground.
So this female is digging at the moment, and typically when lions dig, they're only digging for one thing, and that's a warthog. So usually they'll get on top of the burrow and they'll start to sort of push soil out. She's probably been doing this for about maybe 3 minutes at the moment, but it's really exciting. Now, I've seen lions dig warthogs for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time, so it could be a really long night for us, or it could be something that could happen in a few minutes.
Just got it.
Try and get it. She's now pulled it in, so we're gonna try. Oh no, she's right here. It's fine. It's fine.
The cubs are new at eating meat, so Kageri shows them how it's done. But she doesn't take any for herself.
It's a huge relief to see her finally get something, even if it's a small warthog. You know, she's been working so hard, and tonight she got the warthog, so I'm super excited for it.
But when the dust settles, I can tell something's wrong.
Is she missing a cub?
When the sun rises in the north, there's still no sign of Kageri's fourth cub. It's been missing for hours since last night's hunt, and at this point, I worry things aren't looking good.
In the first year of life, it's very difficult. There's a lot of mortality, like almost half of lion cubs die. So females have actually got a difficult time in defending cubs and bringing them up for the first year of life. All sorts of things can go wrong in a young lion's life.
I want to stay and see if Kageri finds her cub, but I'll have to wait till I return. There's nothing I can do to help her, and continuing with the count helps the entire population. I've got to get back to the south and find more lions.
Okay, it looks like a young male. When I see a new lion, I'm kind of actually scared because every lion's different. Every lion has a personality, every lion has a different tolerance level for vehicle and how close you can get to it. So every time I find lions, I basically take a date, time, and most importantly, a position of where I found these lions. So you can see we're at 0 degrees here. That's because we're very close to the equator. Obviously, along with that, I get 2 pictures of the left and the right side of the face, and I do that for every lion that I can.
Each image I capture goes back to base camp to be stored in a database and analyzed by my mentor, statistical ecologist Arjun Kapalaswamy. Arjun is one of India's foremost tiger researchers, and he uses one of the most accurate techniques in the world for counting big cats. Together we'll look at the photos to make sure there aren't any repeat IDs.
So this looks like the same cat. That's her there. And then,
Now you have a problem. You've seen the same cat,
yeah.
but just by looking at the picture, it's difficult to say. You do have one scar here, but that can happen to any lion.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't
Estimates for the number of African lions vary widely, from 18 to 30,000. To help us know how to save them, we need a more accurate count. Arjun is teaching me the surest way to tell one lion from another. Looking closely at their whiskers. Every lion has a unique whisker pattern. It's like spots on a cheetah or stripes on a tiger.
It's always better to go dot by dot, feature by feature. So you start from there, right? You're happy, but look what happens there. We have a problem.
Arjun is also driven to answer the question at the core of these unique lions. What makes them climb?
What I'm really interested to know is, first, why? How did this behavior even begin? Most explanations don't seem to get at the real picture as to why they are climbing, and I think that just makes a very fascinating question by itself.
I think it's important to conserve this population, one, because it's significant in not only Uganda, but also in the context of other populations in Africa and how these potentially connect, but also because I don't think we can afford to lose this incredible behavior of them climbing these trees.
In this part of Africa, people and lions depend on the same food and water sources. As the human population expands further into the wild, pressure on the lions is increasing. Mustafa gets a call about a lion that's been caught in a
He
hunter's
only walked
snare.
in that direction, not here. So, given that it's happened last evening, shouldn't we take a more intensive chance on that side?
Yeah, maybe that's what Luke and I will do. We'll go back along the
The last time the lion was seen, it looked as if she was gravely injured.
Good. So you call me or Nicholas when you find anything?
That's it. See how she's moved. I think it's there's one on the left. So I'm looking at this lioness, and I quickly realize that it's Jacob's sister. Yeah, no, I think that's her, man. Which makes it more personal because this is a lioness that I've come to know.
Natarinda was caught in the snare head first. She managed to escape, but her life is in danger.
So you can see even from here, from quite a distance, the snare's kind of gone through the side of her head. It's taken out this eye, and her left ear has become a bit floppy, which is really, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's a miserable thing to see because lions are never targeted in these snaring events. If guys want to target lions, they'll either poison them or they'll actually try and hunt them with a bait. These lions are caught accidentally as bycatch when, community members put up snares for bushmeat, whether it's warthogs, waterbucks, cobs. I don't know. I don't think if she doesn't get some kind of supplementation, I don't know if she's going to make it, eh? And then, just her condition, her body condition, for her to be able to keep up with her sisters and her brother. These things move, when lions move, they move, 10, 15 kilometers a night, eh? Something in that condition, she can't keep up, man.
Natarinda probably feels safest up in the tree, but it makes it all the harder for us to help her.
It's really bad, eh?
No, it's terrible.
At the lodge in Ishasha, a team gathers to come up with a rescue plan for Natarinda. National Geographic photographer Steve Winter has dedicated more than 20 years to helping big cats. He's here to photograph the lions, but in times like this, there's more urgent work to be done.
Someone just has to make the right decision to get the vet down here and do it.
We're at a point now where it's in the next couple of days, I think.
At least it's a clean wound. If you wait too much longer, you're not going to get it, and we need to get it. We need to get it done now.
The whole team over the course of those few days suddenly gets very scared and almost possessive over her life. Everyone gets worried and emotions all run high. You gotta let nature take its course, right? When a lion, an elephant, or any other animal has a problem that was caused by like a natural thing. But because of Natarinda stepping into a human snare, and that shouldn't be okay with us. We should help these animals if it's a thing that was caused by people. And that's why we decide to help her.
We set out to find Natarinda again, but she's vanished.
It's 1 day I don't see her, 2 days I don't see her, 3 days I don't see her. She was already on that edge where she's only got a few days left in her.
My research assistant Sammy Soke and I look for any sign of her.
So Sam and I have just spotted a bunch of vultures dispersed in a number of big acacia trees, and there's one tree right ahead of us where there's probably about 20 vultures, and we just saw a few of them go down. We suspect there might be a kill or a carcass of something in that area.
We follow the vultures, thinking they might lead us to Natarinda. I put up my drone to scout the situation, but I have mixed feelings. I want to find her, but this might mean she didn't make it.
Okay, so far I can see. Yeah, they're right in the middle of a swamp. Man, it's thick in there.
Wow.
Okay. I can see a couple of vultures. It's a hippo. It's a hippo. It's a hippo. That's what it is. It's a hippo.
I'm relieved it's not Natarinda, but it's just one more sign of how unforgiving this land can be. Nearby, Mustafa's team finds a deadly snare, similar to the one that injured Natarinda.
And when we saw this, that blocking, we're like, okay, there must be a snare somewhere, so let's look close. And then we got it. And then when you look here, you may think it's all fine, but there's a snare. If you look here, see that? See that? And that's a snare. So the animal comes in, steps in here. So the edges of this thing will injure the animal. Not only that, this piece of wire here will grab the foot of the animal, and then it will get tighter as the animal fights, tighter, and then the idea is he comes, finds it here and kills it. So let's just disorganize this snare.
By the end of the week, I'm just completely on dire straits. The whole team doesn't believe we're going to find her. We think we've lost her. And then, boom. Sam and Steve just found her literally in a fig tree just across the road. Just across the road. Yeah. Steve, so how did she look?
They won't let her
How did she look?
She looks like the first time. She looks bad.
Even now, Natarinda has spent the last bit of her energy to get up in a tree where she probably feels safest.
The vet's plan is to dart Natarinda, and by hitting a dart into her buttocks, she'll come down straight from the tree. That's how lions behave. When you upset them from the tree, they actually come down. They don't stay up there.
But Natarinda seems too weak to get down on her own. Now we have 300 pounds of unconscious cat to deal with.
Doctor's dotted the lioness and she's fallen asleep in the branch of the tree. So we've thrown the mattress over there. The plan is to get the vehicle as close as we can. Mustafa Sam will climb up and we'll lower her down. And then Doc will start working on it now.
So Nicholas, the ranger from the Ugandan Wildlife Authority, runs up the tree. But you can see he's nervous. He's nervous the whole time because she's still breathing heavily and it sounds like almost little roars. He's trying to get her down, but she's slipping.
We're coming down!
It's going, bro, it's going.
She's going.
Throw it up to him, bro. Wrap it around it, throw it up to him.
Injured lion Natarinda is fully unconscious. Dead weight is pulling her toward a 40-foot fall. At this height, the impact could kill her. There's only one way to shorten the distance.
It's fine, guys, it's fine. This is good. This is better. If she falls, she at least falls.
Around the belly and hook it.
It's going, it's going. It's going, bro, it's going. She's going.
Hey, bro. It worked.
We've got to work quickly to treat Natarinda before she wakes up.
Someone at the back, bro. Someone at the back. On her head.
Good.
Okay.
Lions are incredibly resilient animals and can overcome injuries that would kill most humans. But with a wound this extreme, the infection could be too much for her to fight alone.
That's it. There, done.
Good, baby.
Antibiotics will buy Natarinda some time and let the cut heal over as it naturally would.
Can we bring some water
Get it done.
and rinse it?
This one.
It's amazing. Yeah, we were very lucky.
She has a very bad wound. Luckily, we got her today. It is very unfortunate if we lose her. She's one of the females around, and then she could give us many cubs, and population of lions recover in the area.
Doc, you giving her some antibiotics?
Yes.
Even though we've treated her, I still don't feel too comfortable because she's not in the best condition. And it's only when the Ugandan Wildlife Authority provides her with an antelope, put it under a tree next to where she was waking up, when she eats, that's when I know she's going to be okay.
Natarinda's about 40 meters in front of us and super stoked that she just stays here for a couple of hours. We know that she'll get enough meat in her that her body condition will go up. And that's the biggest thing. Just getting her a meal, just to get her through these testing couple of days. I'm super excited, the team's excited, and I think Natarinda's the most excited. For me, it's a big relief that she's going to make it. It's not just one lioness. You got to think about this in terms of their reproduction. And she's going to have, what, maybe 10, 12, 15 cubs during her lifetime? That's why this is important. We've not only saved her, but we've saved future generations of lions to come. With Natarinda safely recovering, I head back north to check on Kageri's missing cub. I'm hoping she just got lost in the chaos of the hunt, and by now they've been reunited. It's a difficult time for the Northern Pride. The cubs are getting bigger fast, and they're requiring more food. They're too young to help mom hunt, and that's also half the problem is they're not really suckling anymore, and they're eating a lot of meat. It's putting more pressure on the females. The females are having to hunt almost every night, and this is a dangerous time for the pride, especially the cubs. If I come closer.
Kageri has left her cubs to hunt alone, with her sights on a herd of cob antelope.
We've been following
Kageri for about 45 minutes now, and she's clearly hunting. She's dropping her head, she's putting in small stalks, she's trying to find cobs. This is really exciting. She's actually in pretty much full hunt mode at the moment.
So we turned our spotlight off for how long, Nick? 30 seconds.
No, 1 minute.
1 minute. Don't turn your light off because you will lose the lion. That's what we learned now. And now we've been running around chasing our tails like a bunch of idiots. One thing you're always guaranteed when you're following lions at night is you know it's going to be an adventure. So although I've lost her, the good news is that we found the cubs.
But my heart sinks when I see there's only 3. Kageri's missing cub isn't here. And now the remaining 3 are out on their own, without their mom, vulnerable to predators. But Kageri has no choice.
What these lionesses will typically do, Murungi, Kageri, is when the hunting really gets serious. So she'll take the cubs with, she'll take them for a stroll. But when things get serious and she starts seeing cubs, she almost gives this little location, like a little location call. She calls, and the cubs immediately lay low and they just hang out. And this is exactly what's happening now. We know that at some point she's going to call them. Whether she makes the cob kill or not, if she finds a warthog or whatever it is, she's going to call them. So the fact that we're with them right here is perfect.
My best chance for linking back up with Kageri is to wait here with her cubs. And just hope she's out there making a kill for them tonight. Lions are silent hunters. Kageri's cubs know she's out there somewhere, but she won't give up her location until she's ready. Finally, she calls to her cubs.
Okay, the cubs are on the move. It's a good thing for us because we know that mom's called them. It's just so low and the cubs run so fast. Luckily now, you still see them. Oh, there she is. That's brilliant. And they've got a cob carcass. And it's not just her, it's the whole pride.
Pride has rejoined to share Kageri's kill. And there, in the middle of everything, is the best surprise of all.
Look there. There's a little cub there.
It's Kageri's 4th cub, back with the group.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole pride's here.
All of this 3.
All the babies are here, all the cubs are here. Now we've got Murungi, Kageri, their sister, and all of the cubs, which is really incredible.
The 4th cub was actually with Bridget, I think. Sometimes a cub can go off with one of the other mothers. That's the thing, they raise each other's young. So I think she was just with another mom.
It's a survival tactic that all lion prides use. Females nurse one another's cubs, keep an eye out for all of them. But I've never known of a mother to watch a cub for days on end that wasn't her own. The next morning, belly's full, the whole pride relaxes, and I get a chance to watch them. Their little reassuring touches play an important role in strengthening their bond. Like all lions, to make it in the wild, they'll have to stick together. But how their unique life in the trees impacts their survival remains a mystery. In my last few days with the Pride, the lions reveal the one truth we know for sure about the tree climbing lions of Uganda. One generation passes the skill on to the next.
Here come Kagiri's cubs. And they're little masters. They've been doing this for, 4 or 5 months. And they've got this, man. They've mastered the art of climbing these big candelabra trees. They're not struggling at all. No clumsiness. Here come Murungi's cubs here. Now these little dudes are clearly looking at their cousins. You can see that these little ones are learning from mom, from cousins, from aunts. Looking up. Their bellies are so full. Here we go. Yeah. Not bad at all.
Murungi's cub looks to her brother, as if to encourage him. We may never fully understand the reason these lions climb, but perhaps it's as simple as not wanting to be alone. And if one lion started it decades ago, today they still follow.
It was actually Jimmy that told me that the whole pride was killed. Murungi, Kageri, Bridget, and every single cub. And that to me was just, it broke me because we'd spent so much time with them, got to see them climb, get better at it, see them hunt. I felt for Jimmy. He's spent the most hours, spent the most time, he's given the most of his life to knowing and following those lions. The human-lion relationship in Uganda and even in Queen Elizabeth National Park it's a tough one. You have villages that actually farm with cattle that are in the park itself and on the border. You've got these concrete pillars that separate the village from the park, but it's the same habitat. The lions are going in, the cattle are going in, there's this clash, and that's the problem. There's no clear fence that is separating wild animals in and domestic animals out and people out. And the problem with that is you have everything moving in and out. Elephants, lions, antelope. I don't think we can just blame it on one group of people, one village of people, like one culture of people. I think it's like a much bigger world problem. Lions are everything. And they're such an important part of human history and culture. Right now we're at a point where we are like the masters of their fate. There's a new lioness with 7 cubs that's actually moved into the area where they were poisoned. It's very unlikely she would have had 7 cubs by herself, so she herself has faced turmoil in this landscape. But she's hanging on and she's raising 7 cubs. It's a sign for me that lions hang on, and it's a sign that there's a hope for a future.